here is the glow up pyramid. When I was younger, I was pretty fat. And I tried a bunch of things to try and look better, to try and feel better, to try and lose some fat, get more attractive, all this kind of shit, right? And among all these things, there were a ton of pretty useless shit, let's be honest. And throughout it all, I was able to find the most important ones, the ones that you should focus on if you want to see actual results. And the whole thing revolves around one thing: hormonal balance. And it's not testosterone in particular, it's your whole hormonal production in your body. Now, you might have already seen these four things, but I'm just going to tell them real quick, explain why they're so important, and then move on to the other stuff you can do that will boost what all of these what all of this does. So don't quit the video yet if you already know these things, because I might just tell you something you didn't know about them. So first, sleep. A lot of people sleep on sleep because it is the most basic hormone recovery of the body. It's basically the reset button every day that you need to hit. It's not just like a factory reset you do once in a while. You need to hit it, and you need to hit it at the right amount every time. Someone who does every single one of those three things after sleep, right, but don't have sleep, will make way less gains and will be less attractive than someone who just almost sleeps all day and just, eats all right, like drinks some water, eats okay, and gets some sun, and then he sleeps most of his time. He's gonna get more muscle, he's gonna get more attractive. That's just what it is. Now, water. I'm not gonna complicate it because I don't even remember all the benefits of it, but the biggest one is just, if you drink enough water, your blood is not gonna thicken, it's gonna be fluid enough to make the nutrients go around your body properly. And if the nutrients are distributed properly, then your organs are going to work properly and produce as many hormones, or as much hormones as they should. That's pretty much it. And one of the things you can say is, just look at how long you can go without something to see how important it is to your body. You can go maybe 3 days, a week max without water. Well, food, you could go for fucking months sometimes. And it's for real. You can genuinely do not eat for months, especially if you have a lot of fat on. Food. I simplified it as food, but really it's about nutrient density. Because most of us, we kind of just use macros, like macronutrients, which are proteins, carbs, and fats. But among these are micronutrients, which are more diverse and more important in a way. And you should try and eat food that has as many micronutrients as possible. Most of the time, it's animal products. It's liver, it's pretty much bovine meat, so beef, veal, all this kind of beef is probably the better one. You need to eat some sardines or some salmon, some mackerel, these kinds of fish that have a lot of omega-3s to balance out the omega-6s. Eggs are one of them. Goat cheese can work a lot. I've already made a video about this, but basically, the more nutrient density you have in your diet, the more your hormones are going to work. And finally, the sun. The sun is pretty simple. Like, I think maybe there are other benefits, but mostly it regulates your circadian rhythm, which comes down to sleep, right? If you look at the sun in the morning and in the evening, so like you look, let's say at the sunrise and at the sunset, your sleep is going to work fine. Because it's gonna, like, your body is gonna figure out, okay, it's time to wake up, it's time to go to sleep. It's gonna be easier to regulate your sleep that way. You don't need to do the sunrise and sunset every day. Just look at, like, have some sun on your face. Right now I have my window open. I don't have my curtains completely shut down. I used to do that a lot. Now I try to look at the sun a bunch. I try to go and sunbathe when I want to. It's just a habit to take, right? And the second one is vitamin D. We don't have anything in our diet that gives us enough vitamin D for our daily needs. Let's say that fish can give you some vitamin D. Chia seeds can give you some vitamin D, but it's minuscule amounts compared to what the sun gives you. So the best window to go and get some sun is most of the time between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The best is really 10 a.m. to 12, because after that, it can get a bit dangerous in terms of skin cancer, all that kind of shit. So those ones are like ideal. You get the most vitamin D you can get, and you don't get the danger in front of that. If you have this pyramid right, your body will work perfectly. And therefore, everything you do around that will make your body look better. You'll gain more muscle, you'll lose more fat, you'll have better hair, and all this kind of stuff. By the way, if you have your hair that are starting to thin or you're starting to go bald, I will one day make a video about how to make them regrow without any chemicals. Like, I've figured out a way. So, stay tuned for when it actually goes, like, releases. It's probably going to be big. Walking, rocking, and mobility / functional training. Now, you might be looking at this and tell yourself, like, yeah, that's not looks maxing. Like, how is that going to make me glow up? It's because those three things have one thing in common. Recovery. Because your ability to recover is what's going to make your body look better. Every time your body improves, it's because it has recovered correctly. So, as I've talked about water and how it transmits the nutrients correctly into the body, those three things do the same thing, but on steroids. When you walk, blood flow increases, you spend calories as well, so you're losing fat, and you're making the blood in your body transmit the micronutrients better. When you're doing rocking, you're doing the same thing as walking, but again, again on steroids. I'm doing rocking right now. Like this weighted vest, it's like 14 kg, so something like 30 pounds. And I'm not forcing myself to do crazy exercises with it. I'm just walking around. For example, I'm doing my video with it. It's not a crazy amount of exercise. It just adds onto it. When the body has this extra weight, the metabolism starts to accelerate, because now it needs to handle more weight. Fat guys get bigger legs because they have to handle more weight on a daily basis. But even when they do lose their fat, their legs stay big because their body adapted to it. It's the same thing with rocking. If your body adapts to something heavier, then the whole body will start to adapt to it, and therefore work faster to handle that extra weight. Overall, rocking is just, if you're moving constantly with extra weight on, the body will have to adapt and therefore improve. So again, blood flow, muscle, fat loss, because those are the three main components you need for a glow up. Okay? Not fucking skincare routines all over the place. No. And finally, mobility / functional training. It's mostly about making your body feel good. Making your body be able to do a bunch of things. Because you can look good, right? You can look good, but you can feel absolutely shit about yourself. Because you have fucking elbow pain, you have knee pain, you have pain fucking all over the place. Your lower back sucks, you can't even get down properly without hurting, because like you wake up but you don't do anything to kind of loosen yourself up. Mobility training and functional training is what it's about. I'll do videos about functional training later on. That's on my mind, and that's why I kind of introduced it here. You respect the glow up pyramid first, and then you add walking, rocking, and mobility functional training. Those two are more important. If you don't have anything to carry on you, go for walking. If you do have something to carry, go for rocking. And once you're used to doing rocking on a consistent basis, you can add the functional training. It's the same thing as the pyramid. This first, this second, this third. And I want to be very clear about something. You don't need to give yourself a whole window of when you should be walking and when you should be rocking and blah, 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 blah. The way I do this shit, which allows me to keep it consistent, is to not make it consistent. When I'm filming, for example, like right now, or when I'm watching a movie, or when I'm playing League, right? Like playing whatever video game you're playing, right? I just decide sometimes, okay, I'm going to stay standing and I'm going to walk around in my room and just do this. Basic shit. Just walk up, walk backwards, forwards, backwards. Just a few steps like this. And I just do it on repeat. And little by little, it made an effect. Like fucking, I'm not the most jacked guy out there, right? But you can go look at videos from back then and it's different. I lost about 10 kg in the last fucking 4 months or something. And without making my whole life about it. And my hair regrew. Like they're healthy now. They're fucking curling and all that. I was fucking bold because I thought I was done. I thought my hair were done. All this shit because I got the basics down. And I respected them without making them unbearable to keep consistent. So now that you know all this, it's not about taking it all and trying to implement it all at once. It's about taking one of the things I told you about and start to use it. The one I recommend you start with is food. If you want to know more, watch this right now. And don't forget, work on the inside and the outside will follow. Take care, man. Journey.